Maybe you want to talk a little bit about how registrar of voters offices are organized in Connecticut. That most are very bipartisan. There's a Republican registrar and a Democratic registrar, and yet a lot of the voters are Republicans or Democrats. So how does your running as a Green fit into how voters are represented in that office?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So, and that actually came as a surprise to me. I've been a Green since 2012, when during the 2012 election, when Dr. Jill Stein ran for president. That's kind of when I first learned about the Greens and became involved with the Green Party. But even that being so, I moved here to Connecticut in 2015 and became involved with the Connecticut Green Party. And it wasn't until 2018 that I really got more information in being approached to run for Registrar of Voters, kind of learned how that office operates in Connecticut. And so essentially it's by state statute, each town is required to have a registrar for both major parties. So, or for any major party. In Connecticut, there are only two major parties, as is the case at the federal level and in most states, where the Democrats and the Republicans are the major parties. And so they're guaranteed a position of registrar for each party in each town. So every town has a registrar for the Republicans and a registrar for the Democrats. And what I was surprised to learn is that it doesn't matter whether they put someone on the ballot every year or every 2 years when they come up for election. It doesn't matter how many votes they receive. They are guaranteed that spot. So they can get 0 votes and they still have the registrar positions. And someone else can get, another party can get all the votes if it's a minor party or independent candidate, and the Democrat and Republicans still have their office. So what is also interesting about that is that they have guaranteed representation, even though, in fact, if you look at the voter registration information for the state, as recently as 2018, a plurality of voters in the state aren't Democrat or Republican, but they're actually unaffiliated or independent, like a minor party candidate or minor party registration rather. So it's 42% actually that are unaffiliated or belong to a minor party, versus I think it's just over 30%, 36%. So just over a third are Democrats, and then just over 20% are Republicans. So they do represent a portion of the population, but the larger group is unaffiliated and independents. In Connecticut, there's an independent party. So I switch off between the two because the word independent is used a lot at the national level because it means someone who's unaffiliated or unregistered. But in Connecticut, actually, if you use the word independent, there's an independent party. And so if this is also was news to me, if you register and write independent, that doesn't mean you're unaffiliated. That means you are in the independent party, which has its own candidate sometimes and own platform. So that's important to note. So the 42% that I'm referring to are unaffiliated or minor party candidates, or minor party voters is what I'll say. So.